Hello and welcome to another week in this edition of JoyNews Desk with me, Benis Abubeidulansa. We are coming to you live from digital address GA0992539, live on DSTV channel 421 and GoTV channel 144. Coming up today, Commission of Inquiry into Ayawaso West Wuogon election violence resumes sitting today. Those expected to appear include Ningo Prempram MP Sam George and the Ayawaso West Wuogon MP Lydia Al-Hassan. We'll also bring you some analysis on the sit-in. We'll be bringing you live visuals from the Osu Castle when today's sit-in commences. But just as a way of reminder, this commission has been sitting for 5 days, about a week. They started 2 weeks ago on Thursday. They suspended sitting on Wednesday to allow for some other events to take place. And we know that on Thursday the President delivered a State of the Nation address. On Friday there was no hearing. And so we've seen the Interior Minister Ambrose Derry deliver his testimony to the Commission. He was actually the first to appear. He answered questions on operations within the Ghana Police Service and the National Security Secretariat. He was asked questions, for example, about how some men who were seen in black T-shirts and khaki trousers and some desert boots were seen in a police vehicle. There was contention about who really owned the vehicle. Ambrose Derry, who is the Interior Minister, said the police did not own the vehicle. And after that, we saw the National Security Minister appear, and he tried to explain why that confusion may have arisen. He explains that that vehicle actually belongs to the police service, but explained that because the Ghana Police Service does not have direct jurisdiction or direct supervision of those who have been transferred to the National Security Secretariat, as possible that the IGP and the Interior Minister may not know that that vehicle belongs to them. We've seen a couple others appear. Interesting among them, he trended a lot during his time before the commission. I'm talking about DSP Azugu. He is the commander of the SWAT team at the National Security Secretariat. He answered so many questions, among them why his men were masked on the day. That was topical, and also how they operated. Let's go into the lines now. My colleague Joseph Akable, who's been at that sit-in for us, joins us on phone even as we look ahead to today's sit-in. Hello, Joseph.
Hello, Benis.
It's been an interesting week of observing what the Commission has been doing. We can see that sit-in is just about to start, but briefly, a recap of all we've seen so far.
A number of issues have come up since we started, and one of the issues that needs to be dealt with this morning has to do with Akira Michael Opoko, who is the Director of Operations at the National Security Secretariat. He was testifying last week, and he raised concerns about the video that was aired here at the Commission of Inquiry. So he has submitted some videos to the Commission that we are expecting those videos to be aired this morning as he's engaged by the Commission. The other individuals that we are expecting to testify today include Sam George, who was in the thick of affairs. I have spotted him together with his lawyers. They are present. The legal team is similar to the same individuals who represented the NDC parliamentary candidates. There is also Lydia Al-Hassan that we are expecting to also come later in the day. The Commissioner, Justice Short, is just about to speak. So I think we can join the feed now.
Sure, Joseph, we'll be joining the feed shortly, but you see in your shots there, the commissioners have taken their seat, and we can see someone just taking the seat to give his testimony. We can see exactly who it is now, but definitely we'll bring you those visuals. As you can see, we are live from the Osu Castle in Accra. Council to the Commission has taken his seats. The commissioners are seated as well. But we are expecting quite an interesting sit-in today. Like you just heard Joseph mention, Colonel Michael Opoko delivered his testimony sometime last week. But there were issues with some videos he was shown he claims were doctored. And so the Commissioner asked him to bring videos that he had seen of that particular event, which he kept making reference to as the original. Colonel Michael Opoku is currently going to deliver his testimony. He's going to be sworn in, and the hearing, I beg your pardon, will continue.
Already?
Yes, my lord.
I'm just reminding you that you are still on that oath.
Yes, my lord.
Okay, right. You may sit down.
Thank you, my lord. Thank you, my lord.
For purposes of identification, I would like you to take a look at a video.
You killed a man in his own house. In his own house. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys. In his own house. In his own house. You killed a man in his own house. Peaceful. But no matter how long it takes.
First of all, I want you to look at this gentleman holding the Honorable MP with a hooded sweater and a khaki trousers. Have you seen him?
Yes, my lord.
Did you see his face?
Not much.
It's not possible. Please rewind a bit.
This is so wrong on every score. But no matter how long it takes, you will fight. This is so wrong. You killed a man in his own house. In his own house.
Did you see his face?
Partially, my lord.
Very well. Would you say he's one of the SWAT men on the day?
No, my lord, he's not.
Now, you said you saw his face partially, so you couldn't have said that from the face, could you?
My lord, I know none of my men dressed like this.
Very well. Take a look once again at the gentleman standing in front of the Honorable MP. Can you see him?
Yes, my lord.
I believe you've watched the various videos.
I even brought it as evidence. So I
Very
have it.
well. Very well. So then, you do not doubt the authenticity of this very video.
The one I have hasn't got the Joy News.
Very well. But then
Right.
the images, are they the same?
The same, yes, my
Very
lord.
well. So this gentleman standing in front of the Honorable MP, is he one of your men?
No, my lord.
And what makes you say so?
I have never seen him before.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, your witness.
Thank you, Colonel, for your evidence. I need to ask you a few questions.
You're still on the JoyNews channel, bringing you the live sitting of the Commission of Inquiry into the Ayawaso West Wuogon violence. And the commissioners are currently discussing something. We're not too sure what it is. But just gone by, Colonel Michael Opoku, he is Director of Operations at the National Security Secretariat, was shown some video evidence of what happened at Ayawaso West Wuogon and was asked to identify one man who at a point was seen holding the MP for Ningo Pram Pram, Sam George, and was trying to move him away from the vehicle the SWAT team was using. If you've seen that video and it was branded JoyNews, you'd realize that he was walking to and fro and was walking towards that vehicle once, and there was somebody in a black hooded pullover or sweater, if you may, who was trying to move him away from that particular area. Colonel Michael Opoku says that he could partially see the face of that person, but said that was not one of his men because of how he was dressed. And I'm pretty sure the questioning will resume now. But if you remember, he appeared sometime last week and was asked a few questions. Let's go back to the Osu Castle now.
I'd like to ask you a few questions about this unit that you had.
Yes, my lord.
To whom do you report?
My lord, I report to the National Security Coordinator on operational issues. Anytime I'm given an assignment by the minister, I report direct to him.
As a senior military officer, what do you think of this split line of reporting?
My lord, the minister is the political and the strategic direction head of the ministry. The coordinator is the operational head of the ministry. So in most cases, my report goes to the coordinator on operations.
Most of the ministries don't implement anything. They set policy. So how come your ministry seems to be implementing as well as setting policy?
My lord, the ministry is there and the National Security Council Secretariat is also there. So the National Security Council Secretariat normally set objectives for us to achieve for the ministry.
You are part of the Secretariat?
Yes, my lord.
But we also have the Bureau of National Investigations.
My lord, it's like a sub-unit under the ministry. We have the Bureau of National Investigation, the Research Department, and the Bureau of National Communication as coming under the ministry.
Yes, I can see those as implementing agencies. But your security force under the Secretariat seems to be an anomaly, isn't it?
No, my lord. Normally, I think those who made the operations departments as it is today were thinking through the fact that at certain times in the evening, some information may come and they would need to quickly work on it, and getting it through the other services may take a longer time. And that's why they asked the police force to give them a SWAT unit that could be used to do some of these quick interventions for the Secretariat.
You mean in institutions, agencies like the BNI can't work out of hours and you need a body that can do these things out of turn?
My lord, the police duties that are supposed to be executed quickly by the ministry is done through the SWAT. But when it comes to other intelligence issues, it goes straight to the BNI.
But the kind of duty they were on at Ayawaso wasn't the average police duty. It was a combat duty.
My lord, it was what we call intelligence operation duty.
A lot of the violence there was unintelligent, sir.
Noted, my lord.
Now, you said in the security arrangements for the by-election, you supported the Ministry of Interior. Did the ministry request this support?
Yes, my lord.
Then how come those in the field did not know of the presence of your men?
My lord, maybe those in the field will have to come and answer why. Because as I said earlier, they requested for two prominent supports. That was the communication support and the use of the National Security Yard at Abelempe as their task force headquarters. And normally in all election and other duties, we normally have the intelligence agencies as part of it. We have the CID, we have the BNI, and then part of our cell as part of it. And these are normal SOPs that are used during such operations.
Yes, I heard you when you said they asked for communication support and operational headquarters. Did that include people on the prowl going to search homes for weapons and things like that?
My lord, that was a different assignment. And I said we were following an intelligence or information that we've had earlier on, and that was separate from what the election people were doing.
But in terms of the use of discretion, on an election day near a polling station which is in a school. By the way, were the school children there? I've never quite got it from anybody whether they were there.
My lord, from what I've seen, the school children were not in session.
But I saw a few children in the videos. So there were children in the community. Was it well advised to conduct an operation of that nature in broad daylight near a polling station with shooting and so on?
My lord, the intent was not to go and be shooting at the area which was close to a polling station. The commander had a lot of discretion on what to do. But as he said earlier, he reacted to shooting from the house, which is all.
You were expecting to use guns. That's why you went armed.
Yes, my lord, because we knew they had weapons on them.
Okay. How are the people in your unit recruited? You said they are not trained to handle weapons or crowd control, but are trained to do patrols and to protect VIPs. Right?
Yes, my lord.
And I'm asking, how are they recruited? And are they trained in hand-to-hand combat or unarmed combat?
Yes, my lord. The recruitment is done through various means, depending on the intelligence needs of the ministry or the secretariat. And when they are recruited, what we did for this team was to assemble a team from the CID at the police headquarters, the police operations, the BNI, ROD, and my secretariat to do vetting, which included thumb printing of all those that were recruited in 2017.
Do you do psychological profiling?
My lord, as and when we need it, we do it.
As and when you need it. So
yes, my
when
lord.
Do you know when you need it?
My lord, like what happened at Ayawaso, we will need to go into some psychological profiling by recruiting maybe a clinical psychologist to look into some of our men and how they behave.
You're a senior military officer.
Yes, my lord.
You want to do psychological profiling after the horses have bolted from the stables?
My lord, in all our security system, this has not been part of the system. It is as and when it is needed that we do some of these things.
Did you check the background of the people you were recruiting?
My lord, as I said a team made up of the CID, the BNI, the research department, the police operations. And I also want to add that there were some informants that were also monitoring the people who were coming for the vetting, did the vetting, and I think it was done thoroughly.
In that case, why would you need masks on operations?
My Lord, as I said earlier, the mask that we normally use is to ensure that our operatives are not identified. I mentioned the last time that when you go to town now, there are a lot of posters in town where some supposedly members of my team are wanted by somebody. I don't know who's wanting to arrest them.
There are posters?
Yes, my Lord. I think they were supposed. I will get it for you. There are posters in town, and that even includes the policemen. The policemen who are not part of my SWAT team. There are posters in town as wanted.
Any idea who is doing this vigilante work?
My Lord, who know the person and who know the printing house which did the printing of those posters.
You know the person?
We will know. We will know. We will find
intelligence agency.
Yes, my Lord. We will do it.
You should know by now.
We are working on it.
There was an incident when you deployed a team.
Yes, my Lord.
Have you held a board of inquiry?
My Lord, I was told that the Ghana Police Service is conducting an investigation, and statements have been taken from our ministry by the police.
Officer, you're a senior military officer.
Yes, my Lord.
You know that having a board of inquiry is very much a part of how your outfit operates.
Yes, my Lord.
Do you have a system for doing internal investigations when incidents have occurred?
Yes, my Lord. We set up boards, but in the Secretariat they don't call it board of inquiry. They just set up a board and they are given terms of preference to answer and then provide a report for the minister. But we have not set up such a board for this event. We have not.
But you know, as the commanding officer, you should have.
My Lord, I'm a director of operations, and maybe I will advise the minister to constitute such a board.
The minister is the CEO?
We don't have commanding officers in that unit. In that unit, I'm a director like any civil servant. That's why I wear this, my suit, instead of wearing my uniform. I don't have commanding officers under me. I don't have platoon commanders under me. When it comes to this thing, it's only the police commander that I have under me. As I said earlier, there are other sub-units under the operations department.
But you direct operations.
I do.
You were at the operational headquarters.
Yes, my Lord.
So it's not just the tactical commander who was in charge. You were in charge as well.
Yes, my Lord.
So it's your duty to investigate what happened if it was contrary to your orders.
Yes, my Lord. I will do that, my Lord.
It's been 3 weeks now, sir.
Noted, my Lord.
You said there were 3 principles for internal operations: justification, minimum force, and prevention.
Yes, my Lord.
In a democratic system, don't you think there should be a 4th, accountability?
My Lord, the justification, when you want to go further, takes care of accountability. Your actions must be justified. And justifying your actions, you must be accountable for every action that you have taken.
Because some of the firing that I have heard on videos did not seem to come from people who knew they were going to have to answer for how many shots they had fired.
My Lord, the firing has become one of the bone of contention of these operations. We would like to know how many weapons were fired from the other side and then our side too. So maybe by the time we finish, I'm sure with the CID investigation, we should be able to know whether our people fired more than what they claim they fired, and then the other side, how many ones were also fired.
We are hopeful, but you are going to bring the casings to tender.
My lord, is the DSP who is going to do that. I have the weapon issue book for 2017 up to date, and in it, the weapons that the SWAT is using were issued to them on 26 April 2017. ASP Theodore Jikunu was the one who signed for the weapons.
But you don't know how many of the weapons assigned to them were used on that day.
My lord, as the DSP said, they issue 10 weapons, but those weapons are issued from the police. I don't control that book. So the ASP has been asked to bring it tomorrow to tender in evidence. As
of
to
the 10 that were taken to the event, you were the operational commander. That's why I'm asking you. Of the 10 that were taken to the event, how many were fired?
My lord, I cannot answer. Maybe the DSP should be able to answer this question.
You see why a board of inquiry would have been useful to you? Because
yes, my lord.
These are operational matters that, as operational commander, you ought to be able to answer.
My lord, I must be frank. Like the military.
I hope you've been frank all the time.
Yeah, I am. I would not lie, because I'm an oath. I'm a Catholic, and I think I have to go by my oath.
Excellent.
Yes, ma'am. Like the military, when we go for such operations, we nominate people who are likely to fire. And who will never give their position out, even to the members. So I'm sure the police commander, when he comes tomorrow, will be able, maybe in camera, to tell you who and who were taxed to do firing when there's an order to fire. And normally it is within the commander's jurisdiction or the commander's purview to do that one. He doesn't even tell me who and who will be taxed to fire when there's this thing, but they are nominated to fire. We normally even add blank ammo to the live ammo, so you see everybody firing, but you wouldn't know who actually fired a live round.
Colonel.
Yes, my lord.
You were embarked on an operation in a civilian neighborhood with a heavily built up neighborhood, and you were expecting that your people would be able to return fire if fired upon, and you issued live ammo?
Yes, my lord.
With the danger that, children could be hit. Anybody in the vicinity, including people who had lined up to vote, could have been killed.
My lord, I expected my professional SWAT members to be more professional. And in being professional, we don't aim at unarmed civilians. We don't aim at children. And the task was to do confidence patrol and probably do the cordon of the area. And in cordoning that particular structure, we are not expecting children to be within that place. If you cordon, the cordon means that you don't allow people to come in, people who are not, you are not interested to enter the area of your operation. Those who are not interested, you allow them to leave the area. So that was the essence of the cordon. You separate the people you want from those you don't want. So the unwanted ones, like the children and the people that we are talking, if they were within that cordon, they will be taken out before any operation can commence.
You said you had mounted an intelligence operation there.
Yes, my Lord.
So what caused you then to intervene? Was there any sign that some movement was about to occur that you sought to prevent?
My Lord, as I stated earlier, the intervention on the spot was the decision of the commander on ground. I actually got to know of the firing from a third person. So I cannot answer why that issue, but from what he explained, they were responding to the firing from the other side.
It's been nearly 3 weeks now, and there have been a lot of problems because of this operation.
Yes, my Lord.
And you haven't shown enough interest in finding out the details and so on, at least to brief your minister, because your minister has had to appear here. So I am a little surprised that you still don't know details of the operation.
My Lord, I will say that since we are all appearing individually here, I ask that the commander should be fully responsible in answering questions of what he saw, because some of these things have been reported to us. Reporting to me and coming here to say it is different from what he saw and what he did on that day.
Yes, what he saw and what he did on that day is fair to ask him, but somebody authorized the operation.
Yes, my Lord.
Somebody set it up.
Yes, my Lord.
No accountability for that?
So anything he tells me, I take it as what really pertains on the ground.
And who takes responsibility for his choices if they happen to be wrong choices?
We are officers, and officers normally we take responsibility for every action that we take.
So are you taking responsibility for what your tactical commander did in the field?
I gave him the discretion, and I'm the commander of the overall commander of the team. So whatever decision he took, although I was informed, I think I'm also part of it.
Part of it or responsible for it?
My Lord, to say fully responsible, I would say not fully responsible, because he had the discretion to decide what to do. And if you had even informed me that this is the situation and this is the ongoing situation, that would have been a different thing.
So where does the buck stop?
My Lord, the tactical commander is responsible for tactical decisions.
And the operational commander?
For my operational decisions.
And when the operational decisions are translated by the tactical commander, who takes responsibility?
The operational commander.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, my Lord.
Colonel,
Yes, my Lord.
you stated that the national security operatives who were masked
Yes, my Lord.
were informants who came from the community or the vicinity.
They are operatives who live within the community and the vicinities. Most of them were also coming from Iowa, also work on constituency.
And in order to protect their identity, they had to be masked.
Yes, my Lord.
They are the ones who gave you the intelligence concerning the area,
No.
activities in the area.
No, my Lord. The intelligence came from a different source.
I want to find out the purpose of having these national security operatives who were masked as part of your team.
My Lord, the purpose of having the masked operatives as part of the patrol team was to give us some local knowledge of the exit and entry into that area. As I said, we were actually monitoring 3 locations. It wasn't only that one. We could have called in the Elkin Hotel. We could have called in the one at Opongolo. But they have more and better knowledge of that area, especially exit routes, where people are likely to run away into. That's why we mask their location. It's unfortunate I'm saying that most of the masked men were coming from there. I hope people will not go and be looking for them within that community.
Since they were masked, nobody would know who they were. So I think they are safe, right?
Yes, my lord.
Now, since this incident, has there been an inspection of the scene? For example, the blood on the ground. We have evidence that shots were fired into a container. There were bullet marks in various places. Has there been an inspection of the location to get an idea of exactly what took place on the day in question?
My lord, the national security has not gone for any inspection there, but the criminal investigation department of the police headquarters, which is leading the investigation, has done that inspection, and they will be able to answer some of these questions for us.
So they are going to employ ballistic experts to determine the type of guns from which those bullets were fired?
Yes, my lord, they have those experts.
Okay. And they are going to be in a position to determine the direction from which the shots were fired?
My lord, yes. If they can, they will contact the military to assist them.
From the videos you have watched, some of your civilian operatives were involved in the violence, right?
Yes, my lord.
And these civilian operatives are not trained in crowd management.
My lord, they are trained in arm-to-arm combat, and they are supposed to be supervised by the police that they work with. In every operation that they conduct, they are supposed to be supervised by them. They are part of the training. So basic crowd control and management, yes, they know.
If I remember correctly, the SWAT commander, Deputy Superintendent Sugo, said that civilian operatives are not trained in crowd handling. Can you clarify that issue for me?
My lord, as part of the training, they do it, but to the extent that maybe he was referring to, that one, I don't understand, and I cannot say much about it.
You had two meetings, one on the 17th and another one you said on the 24th of January, right?
Yes, my lord.
In preparation for this operation.
Yes, my lord.
And the Director General of Police, I believe you said, was present?
Yes, my lord, in all the two meetings.
Okay. Wouldn't he normally inform the IGP about a meeting such as this?
My lord, since he's working for the IGP, I expect him to do that.
That was your expectation?
Yes, my lord.
Colonel, you have considerable experience in military operations, military police operations, interagency operations.
Yes, my lord.
Both in Ghana and outside.
Yes, my lord.
You've been involved in training operatives for special forces operations.
Yes, my lord. I'm an airborne officer.
And you've also seen in your training career, you've seen films of live operations that have been conducted by both military and police agencies?
Yes, my lord.
Is it strange, therefore, to you to see special forces on operations wearing masks?
No, my lord. The mask has been part of most of these special forces operations. If we cast our minds back to some of the 6 match that we saw, I think 2011, 2012, where the Ghana Armed Forces Special Forces, the Police Special Forces, and the CTU came on parade, most of them had masked their face, whether through camouflage, dressing, or otherwise. Then when you Google to check the uniforms for special forces, you see most of them have masks and other things that cover their faces to ensure that such members of the team are not pursued after such operations. If you remember in the Munich Olympics, I think 1972, where the Israelis Olympiads were attacked and killed by the Palestinians. The Palestinians went there with their face just opened, and subsequently, if you read further, all those who were involved in the operations were eliminated by the Israelis. And for what I said earlier, most of these people who were masked were not being identified. By those who were not masked, we see their posters all over in town, including the CTU and then the SWAT members of the Ghana police as being wanted. So the use of mask by security services on certain operations are encouraged, and I think we should continue to do it. Otherwise, our security personnel will not be able to do any special operations that they are tasked to do, or they will not assist in even doing common basic internal security operations, because people will come for them and they will come for their family. As I said, I will provide this pen drive. There's a voice message on it. I will plead that it is not played in public. It should be listened to in camera, and you understand why I'm emphasizing on this mask issue. There's another PowerPoint I wanted to play about some of the things that were shown to me last week. So if I'm given the opportunity, we will play the PowerPoint for me.
This one we're supposed to watch later, but there's one he wants to play. Okay, where do you finish?
Okay, Chairman says when I finish, then that.
Yes, it's part of the PowerPoint. This is the PowerPoint presentation.
No, not now. The one that you gave to me is not played. You know, the PowerPoint on these ones,
yes, my lord,
are on the same pen drive.
Yes, my lord.
Have you sorted that with the technical pen so that those that you don't want to be played in public
I will
are not playing in public? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So maybe, Chairman, if we finish with him, we can give them some 5 minutes to sort themselves out. Otherwise, we'll land ourselves playing in public what they don't want to be played in public.
The other one.
I suggest that he wait.
Yes, my lord.
A 10-minute break, then you show him which ones should be played in public and which ones for the commission later.
Yes, my lord.
So just my last point. You know, I've also been involved in a lot of joint military, police, and other agencies' operations. And normally, each agency would draw its own operation order.
Yes, my lord.
And the general directives will be there.
Yes, my lord.
But also, you know that the military defense intelligence, the police CID intelligence, and then the agencies under national security would also deploy their personnel.
Yes, my lord.
On different assignments.
Yes, my lord.
And they are not listed in the police operation order.
Yes, my lord.
In fact, in your own office, you wouldn't normally write the names of certain operators that you would be using in certain events on any list for your general office or for anybody else at the National Security Council to see.
Yes, my lord.
It's a need to know.
Yes, my lord.
And therefore, when we go to, let's say, when we go to Independence Square, like we are going to do in Tamale, when we have inauguration, all those operations, you know that the CID will be there, the other intelligence agencies would have their people there, not in uniform.
Yes, my lord.
And they are not supposed to be listed on any operation order.
Yes, my lord.
But if there's the need for some kind of joint operations, then you coordinate the other agencies to come together and to work it out.
Yes, my lord.
Now, on this occasion, on that day, this was an operation designed and planned to be undertaken by operatives of the National Security Council.
Yes, my lord.
And you added some of the policemen attached to you.
Yes, my lord.
And were armed.
Yes, my lord.
But the non-police personnel who were on that mission were not armed.
Yes, my lord.
But they were wearing the uniform which you normally give to your non-police or military personnel on operations.
Yes, my lord. For identification.
Have you used that uniform, the black T-shirt and the khaki trousers or brown trousers? Have you used them on other occasions in the past?
Yes, my lord.
About how many?
Last year, during the Independence Parade, we had to deploy them 3 days before the parade itself on the Independence Square. They were identified in the address. And as I said, the other operations that they conducted outside Accra at the Afram Plains, and then the night patrols we were doing jointly with the police. Last year when armed robbery was high, they were in their black top. So normally we use the address.
The brown trousers.
The brown trousers, I said, it's brown trousers or a jeans, blue jeans, because we don't have enough brown trousers. The brown trousers are normally for their training.
You don't have enough money to buy enough brown trousers.
We are trying, my lord.
Now the operations at Afram Plains, was it joint?
Yes, my lord. It was planned from the police operation center. And I remember the director of operations was fully involved in that operation at the police. The director of operation at police headquarters was fully involved.
General himself or his?
The director, not the director. The director general was in the process. I think there was a changeover around that time between the present director general and the previous one. So the director of operations was actively involved, and they provided the men with Kofodia command. Then our men also supported. I have pictures to show and some of the things that they did together there.
And therefore, even if, whether you tell the police that we are doing some kind of operation at Botiano, or you don't tell them, if normally they come and they see those people, they should assume that they are your people.
Yes, my lord.
Because they've worked with them before.
Yes, my lord.
Does it surprise you then that some police officers were swearing heaven and earth that they don't know them and they've never seen them?
My lord, I was a bit surprised, but I'm sure maybe it was on a different thinking that they had at that time.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, my lord.
There is a video you said you wanted to show us, right?
Yes, my lord. But I want to tender in the arms
Okay.
book as to the weapons we've issued to the SWAT since 2017. This is the book. Photocopy. So maybe we can show them the book first. 26 April 2017. The whole of this. I think 27 weapons. For daily issues, my DSP will come and then present it.
Does this include the weapons that were issued for this particular operation?
My lord, I think some of them were issued from here. Because they don't have any other weapon apart from what we have given them.
Interested in.
Pardon me?
That's what we'll be interested in.
Yes, my lord.
But you are saying this is from 2017.
Yes. We issued the police as part of the bulk issue of weapons from the Secretariat. So from there, they now do their daily issues, which I don't control.
I see.
So this is the source of the weapons that they have. For ammunitions, as I intimated the last time, ammunitions are taken from police headquarters, not from us. So they indent for ammunitions from police headquarters.
And Colonel Michael Opoku is preparing to present something to the commission. It's a PowerPoint presentation. We are not too sure exactly what it entails, but we would be expecting him to give his presentation. We understand that is part of evidence he's submitting to the Commission of Inquiry. Well, he prepares to do that. Just a brief reminder of some of the things that he said so far. He was asked by the chairperson of the commission whether the scene of the violence has been inspected by his outfit, that's the National Security Secretariat, but he said no, and the CID had done that, and he was further asked about ballistic experts determining the types of guns, bullets that were fired, and which direction they came from. Let's take you back to the Osu Castle.
This particular man, and as on the 31st, among the 9 that were sent to East Legon police station, is this particular man. I think DSP Asare has shown this picture already. When you Google, updated on 28th, I don't know his name. When we Google, it was first uploaded and updated on 28th April 2018. That is him with his Hawks t-shirt. He's the same person who has been marked there and over there. This is when he was arrested at the police station. I was giving some pictures to identify some people, and I said there was one particular picture that I remember very well because he said he's a national security personnel for NDC. I want us to play the video and we'll listen to him.
Nti police one there.
The airport me buy out.
Two na omo dey abome. Nti sa na omo nipa 20 na omo bome. Omo bo na se wan so boma. Omo kiri. Nti ba ko no omo see car different buy na na. Ah, mo gina ye den. E na odi two no. E bome ha, e na odi ayi ni bome wa anso. Oh, we no kwa mentimi peja me sa no. E na ba ko no de ayi aba bi wo honom ti say hammer black. No, the boy.
The person.
Who do say do? Who do say do?
We are them and this
me national security. But national security no him say ya wa ayi ni die. Omo nyam fire me. Ya yi. Ti ya ba bibi wo ha no mo say ya ba gina. Ye ni asam bia de akọ so. Ti ya wo ba no.
This particular video too was on the net, portraying them as part of my operatives who took part in the operation. But frankly speaking, they had gone for the funeral of a last couple Daniel Edutieku. This was uploaded on 22nd August 2018, where the IGP was present and most of the police management team were around. If you play the video. Okay, the next clip. This was the same day the policemen who were involved in the operation, and they are not part of my SWAT team. There's a video, so play the video. The same funeral. The next. My Lord, this was uploaded on 19th September 2018. This talks about the joint operation that was conducted between my men and Police Operations Department at Afram Plains. These were the weapons, and other things that were retrieved. This is a national policeman, This is an operative. His face is showing. I have no problem because now his face is all over. He's an operative too. The picture we see here is among the pictures that have been posted as being wanted. The members we are seeing here are not members of my team. They are the police CTU in Kumasi. This picture shows 5 people. And as I said, the 2 at the extreme are policemen. The 3 here are operatives. The weapons are for the policemen, but not for the operatives. But all these things were used as my men who had, this one, they said this was the planning phase for the Ayawaso Wagon operation. This thing was on the net since 2018, and I don't even know these members. This is one of the original videos that we saw. I want us to play so that everybody will see. In the video, you see some of the men.
This is so wrong on every score, but no matter how long it takes, this is so wrong. You kill a man in his own house, his own house.
It's not part of us, but he was wearing a black top and a brown trousers. Honorable St. George himself was in brown trousers like Amen. The man who has been attacked there is not part of my team, but he was also in black top and a brown trousers. So, my Lord, these are some of the original videos that were uploaded earlier. It's different from what was depicted or viewed here the last time I came here. I would like to tender in these posters as part of the reasons why we think that we need to wear masks to ensure that people don't make us wanted when we do national assignment. Thank you, my Lord.
Thank you so much for staying here on the JoyNews channel. It's getting interesting by the day, and this is the first time you're seeing someone provide evidence in pictorial form, doing a presentation to the commission, or presenting some evidence to the commission. Let's take you back there now.
To do this.
Colonel Michael Opoku just gave a presentation to the commissioners where he showed some evidence. First, he showed a video of some men who he says are not his men, but there's a lot of social media conversation that these men are his because they have the same uniform, appear to have the same uniform as his men did on the day of the by-election.
It was what this picture represents.
My Lord, the top pictures, I don't know them. I don't know these people. When you come here, as I showed in the PowerPoint, this one here is a police officer. This is also a police officer. And they took pictures with my boys, I think in 2018. The three of them are operatives. This one was part of the operations on the Afram Plains. They were on the river in a canoe. So these are operatives with police officer. And the other ones is the CTU. This particular picture is a CTU in Kumasi. The others are also repeated here. And it's everywhere in Accra.
All right. We have a video we want to play for you to watch.
Yes, my lord.
Before the video, what you showed us, and this one you say is at a funeral.
Yes, my lord.
And so those in black are
National police.
They are not your...
No, my lord, they are not.
But they are wearing black with police on.
Yes, my lord.
Are they police SWAT?
Police SWAT. I think they are from Kofrodia.
Kofrodia?
Yes, my lord.
And when they go on operations, like your men, they wear the mask?
At times.
But from that picture, you see that the third person has removed.
Yes, my lord.
And also from the picture of this one, which one is this? They've written the operational team for that day. Is it in connection with the armed robbers?
Yes, my lord. One is in mask.
And then bags of weed that were seized.
Yes, my lord.
But when they come back, your men and both the police, you are advising all of us, they take photographs of themselves.
We've warned them several times. I was surprised they uploaded some of these things.
That's why people have been able to get their pictures and they are posted all over Accra. See. In other countries, your phone, your camera, everything is seized when you are going on the operations. When you come back, you disarm, they check the weapons, everything. You go and wash, you put on your civil dress. And sometimes these things are given to the outside gate of the operational headquarters. So please, you have to devise something.
Yes, my lord.
Remove everything from them. When they come, they change in their civilian clothes, they get out of. It means that they can even take photographs of the National Security Secretariat office.
It's possible, my lord.
Some of the boys, they get overexcited too. And as I said the other time, they go to people's homes and lose themselves as national security. I don't understand what that introduction means. It's not safe for themselves, and it's not safe for your operations.
Thank you, my lord.
Kenneth, do you recognize this video?
I do, my lord.
Do you recognize the people who are assaulting the gentleman on the ground?
My lord, I would say some are my men.
And can you identify the person who was being assaulted?
From the video is difficult, my lord.
Wasn't that person arrested?
My lord, I have to confirm because this video, I would say this is the first time seeing this video. So I have to confirm whether that person was also among those who are arrested.
But you recognize some of your men as part of the people who
Yeah,
are
yes, my lord.
assaulting that gentleman?
Yes, my lord. When I look at it, I'll be able to identify who were involved, my lord.
And what does this say about the ability of your men to handle people when they get into contact with the public, the way they handle the public, even in the face of provocation? What does this say about how they have been trained?
My lord, from the video I saw, it's like the man was running when he was kicked. And I think it would have been better if they could have used their hand to arrest him than kicking him.
So what kind of training do you give your men in terms of handling members of the public when there's a confrontation? What are the rules of engagement for such situations?
My lord, I wouldn't know whether this person was part of the Hawk members or not. Those that were arrested, almost all of them were members of the Hawks. So I wouldn't know whether he was a Hawk member or maybe an innocent bystander. And whether he had a confrontation with them before they did this arrest. I wouldn't know from the video. Is the face or the head of the Hawks at the national level? He was arrested. He was arrested. East Legon Police Station should be able to tell us where he is. Because we handed him over to the East Legon Police Station.
So a statement has been taken from him?
My lord, I wouldn't know from, maybe the police should be able to answer this
And you know
question.
his name?
I have to find out his name.
All right. Colonel, that will be all for now. If there's a need to recall you, we would. But I want to thank you very much for your testimony. You are free to go now.
Thank you very much, my lord.
Unless you have something else to say.
No, my lord. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
You're live on the JoyNews channel and on Joy 99.7 FM. Thank you so much for your company. Colonel Michael Opoku, so far, is the only witness who has appeared twice before the commission. He's been given his testimony, provided some pictorial evidence to aid his verbal testimony. He's been showing the commission some videos and photos that have been making rounds since the Ayawaso West Wogan by-election violence, and he mentions that those men in the videos were at a funeral of one Lance Corporal Daniel Adutieku, and he was they were there, and they were part of a police SWAT team in Koforidua, but they're not part of his men. The question I'm sure in a lot of minds is, why are they wearing the same uniform? And I'm sure that's why people were quick to associate these gentlemen with those we saw at the Ayawaso West Wogan area. But he said that these are not his men. He also showed the commission some posters of his men who are being declared wanted. He doesn't know who is doing this, but says that these posters are dotted across the city. And he's also given all those evidence. He's also given the commission some information he wants them to listen to in camera. He says it's a sort of audio recording of someone giving some information. We are expecting someone to come before the commission shortly. We'll take you back when the hearing or sitting resumes. There was also an interesting bit raised by one of the commissioners, Mr. Patrick Champong, who is the former IGP, and he asked why these gentlemen who are supposed to be members of the police SWAT team in different locations in the country, and some of them operatives, take photos of themselves during operations. He cited examples in some other countries where this is never allowed to happen. Phones are seized, cameras are seized, and the men are inspected before they're allowed into whichever national security secretariat that they're in. And so he said that it's something that we should look into as a people on how these security operatives, who we say are supposed to be protected, don't appear to be conscious of that fact themselves.